My name's Bristly Bill, and I'm gonna bristle your bill. Hyperdrive MTG. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hyperdrive MTG here. I'm your host, Austin, and today I'm gonna bristle your bill by giving you this sweet deck tech on how to build Bristly Bill, Spine Sower, Mono-Green in Commander right now. Let's get right into it. So let's first just jump into the commander of our deck, Bristly Bill, Spine Sower. Bristly Bill is a 1 colorless, 1 green, 2/2 legendary creature, plant druid that reads landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. He also has an activated ability that requires 3 colorless double green, which can be used any number of times. Double the number of 1/1 counters on each creature you control. Bristly Bill is a very useful mono green commander because mono green already ramps naturally into these 1/1 counters we'll be building on creatures, and as we get more mana, we can use his ability to make a huge army of giant creatures. So this is inherently a landfall strategy, so we want the proper amount of ramp, extra land plays, and ramp spells that get us into our plan to win the game and do the things we want to do. The whole point of our deck is to put a bunch of 1/1 counters on our creatures, make a bunch of mana, and flood the board with an overwhelming board state to win us the game, which is what mono green is best at. When I build mono green decks, I like to ramp a lot. It helps us play our big spells, and it also helps us get into the things we need to play to win the game effectively. I consider good ramp any ramp that makes lands enter the battlefield untapped. Things like Skyshroud Claim and Harrow are great to start off our chain. These kinds of cards can chain into cards such as Nature's Lore and 3 Visits. We can chain into other cards in our deck such as Crop Rotation, or Nature's Claim, even if we need to do a removal spell, and various other things such as Soul Ring or other ramp spells that get us to a bunch of mana really quickly so that we can play our big game ending spells such as Avenger of Zendikar and Craterhoof Behemoth, or even fun things such as Apex Devastator, which can get us a lot of value. The second part of our deck that is really important to utilize with our commander is the ability to use 1/1 counters to generate a lot of mana. We run all the monodorks that generate mana based on their power, such as Viridian Joiner and Kami of Whispered Hopes, as well as Gyre Sage, which makes mana equal to the number of 1/1 counters on it. This gets out of hand really fast when we start chaining lands with extra land plays and other ramp spells to make these creatures enormously huge. It can get really out of hand really fast because once you get 5 mana or more, you can start activating Bill's ability multiple times to make an astronomically huge powered creature to generate basically what is sequential to infinite mana. The last thing I want to touch on for this deck is that some cards in this deck are here just so that we can flood our board and do really amazing things with the amount of mana that we have. Last March of the Ents is an amazing card, has been performing very well in green decks lately, and it is an insane amount of value for just 8 mana that can't be countered. If you have any sort of big threat out at all, this card is instantly going to get you value. Very similar to how Gahalta Stampede Tyrant works. As well as Genesis Wave, which with enough mana just basically wins you the game right off the bat, just from casting it if you have a Monodork with all like a bajillion counters on it or something like that. Everyone, that's the deck. Hope you enjoy it. Make sure to bristle everyone's bill. I hope you enjoy Bristly Bill Mono Green. Enjoy putting a bajillion counters on all of your guys. As always, deck list is in the description if you want to check the deck out. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the content and want to support the channel. And as always, stay hyper.